So, am I live? That is the big question. Because I've got good news and bad news.
Oh, really? No hyper?
So let me know when you can hear me, and then we'll go over the good news and the bad news. Okay, I'm good. So, good news is PBE is up. Bad news. There ain't no hyper roll. There's normals or 2v0. I don't know if they're going to put it in at some point, if it is just gone for the thing. Hello, Freeze.
Or maybe they're still working
Or
on
maybe
hyper?
they're still working on hyper roll. I don't know, but yeah, it ain't there. So we're gonna go with just normals, and we'll see if hyper roll gets added at some point, or find out what the deal is. I'm surprised. Every other time they have done this, hyper roll has been there from the beginning. So I'm not quite sure. So we are going to find out that the whole system is bugged. Welcome to life on the PBE, where we hit find match and nothing happens. Okay, let's try this again. I might have to log out and log back in, and then we'll all be stuck in a queue together. Oh yeah, this is the authentic PBE experience. Something unexpected happened. Yeah, it's so many people logging in at once. This is typical when it first comes up. I did this when TFT first release. I had to wait in a 12-hour queue. So what I did is essentially, like, when I went to bed, got in line, and then woke up in the morning and was like, okay, just have 2 hours to wait. This was like alpha. You'd get in, play for a couple of hours, they'd take the server down. Okay, we're gonna try re-entering. This is probably a huge mistake. We will see what happens. Probably the worst mistake I've ever made. Right along with not separating my exiles. The 2 versus 0 is just, it's like if you want to test things. So if 2 people get together, go in, you'll only face each other.
In other words, a 1v1.
Yeah.
Why they call it 2 versus 0.
Because they also have a mode that is 1 versus 0, and it's just
solo.
yeah, it's just you play against nothing.
Yeah.
So okay, we are trying to get back in. Let's see. We are 2400th in line. The excitement builds as we get back in to find out whether anything's there. So I think I've just been beating on this thing so hard that I got in like the moment it came up and was like, okay, time to go live, but I saw there was no hyper roll. We don't know yet. You're experiencing it with me. They said it was going to be buggy. And they took it back down, at least for the moment. So let's chat. How's everyone doing today? Anyone have any interesting dreams last night?
I don't know if it was last night or the night before that I dreamt we were being shot at,
Oh,
but it was the ground
So my wife had a dream that we were being shot at. That's frightening. I had a real interesting one the other day that I think I was in the future. So, and it was weird because it's not something I think about or understand, but it had to do with programming modes of the future. And there were essentially two different things that everything had to be compliant with. And they were two different structures of coding. And one was a binary and one was a non-binary. And since I'm not the one who does coding in this household, it made no sense to me, except... See, now they just pulled, they went, oh, no, we're pulling this out. We're going to take it down, put it back up. Come on, guys. You would think multi-billion-dollar company would be able to take something from alpha and move it over into beta. Because they had this in alpha. People played it. I mean, we knew so much. We knew that much from the release thing yesterday. Because they did interviews with people. It's not even that they won't even let you load in. Here we go again. Let's see. Anyone think we have a chance? We're back in the queue. So usually they wait until after to break their game. And now we'll get the spit error again. I call it the spit error. It's sipped. Okay, so let me talk about last night, what I did. Well, actually, let me see if I can bring it up. Okay, so I had a huge... Close this. See if any of this actually functions. There we go. Okay, so I had a huge argument with ChatGPT about coming up with builds, and it kept giving me builds that didn't really exist. Like, I fed in literally everything from this set and then said, okay, only looking at that information, tell me what, tell me what you see and what would be the best build. And it came back with champions that were not in the set at all, or just mislabeling them entirely. Let me see. And I kept arguing with it. Like, that wasn't in the set. And it would come back with, oh, apologies for the oversight. You were correct. Like, Warwick is not a brawler. Here is the revised build. And it would give me something else with something else wrong. Now, they don't. ChatGPT is restricted just to the information you give it and what it knows prior to September 2021. But its first suggestion, I'm just going to scroll up. Okay. Its first suggestion was it wanted me to do the Grievous build. There is no Grievous build. Then it told me the Strategist, which there is, and then Targon, which there is, but it doesn't necessarily work like on its own. It then was putting together teams just based on what it felt was the strongest champions, and it told me to use Kale because it had Divine. And I'm like, and Aatrox because it has Cultist, and Samira because it has Daredevil, and I'm like, you are over, like, you're in different sets, guys. So it was kind of really weird. But it gave me some ideas, or should I say it enforced some of the ideas I had after looking over the initial stuff. And the person who sent me the spoilers ahead of time were both right and wrong. They got a lot of the origins correct and some of the classes correct. Failed to receive platform SIP. Check server status here. And I guarantee you clicking here gets you nowhere. They got about half of the champions right, but the other half they got wrong. So given the number of champions in it and the basic way it works, I'm thinking they just guessed some right and guessed some wrong, which is why I did not want to put that spreadsheet out. I've now created another spreadsheet of my own that kind of shows everything, at least for my purposes. Looking through, we'll just talk about this while I'm waiting. Looking through, there's some good synergy between Bruisers and Void. There is some good synergy with Zon and Gunners. I think they have potential. But Void and Bruisers, or Void and Sorcerer, both have good synergies because Cho'Gath is both a Bruiser and a Void. And the way Cho'Gath works, he's going to get more powerful throughout the match because each time he feasts, he gains HP, but he's a one-cost unit. And then Sorcerer, you have both Malzahar and Vel'Koz are Void and Sorcerer. So you could go to a 3 Void and 6 Sorcerer type of situation, or 6 Void. If you can get augments that work in, then yeah, it's, thing. Okay, sorry, back to the screen. Freeze. Very cool. My voice, it helped her study. I hope she did well on whatever she was studying for. That would be cool. Okay, we're trying again. And we are finding out, let's see, do they have a notice up? Game's crashing. That's been there forever. Oh, that's awesome. Then she's one of those that doesn't have to worry. But this ChatGPT, me arguing with it back and forth, was just really, really funny because, I mean, it was trying to put one Yordle in a build and telling me that was going to be good because of how it affects it. I'm like, doesn't it take, I'd respond, doesn't it take 3 Yordles to trigger it? Oh, you're right. Okay, let's rethink that. But I want to go back. I want to go all the way up to the top and see what its first suggestion was. So its first suggestion was Gunslingers and Brawlers. However, it included Graves, Lucian, Blitzcrank, so it didn't make any sense. That would be a good idea if they had a separate PBE for TFT tests. Because they're just going to get, it's like they're just going to get swarmed over and over and over again on this. And they know. I mean, they said that they took it down at 11:30 and said it would be approximately 2 hours. Then it went back up around 1, whenever I started the stream. It went back up for a short time. We could see it. We saw it for a second, but there was no hyper roll. And I was all set, okay, just play normals, just do that. It's all good. It can live like that. But it did not want to comply. So did anyone else watch the release last night while we're waiting for this to come up? What I felt was not well produced announcement. Mort Dog's video this morning was much more informative, where he got into each of the like individual things, what they're doing. They're taking out most of the augments I used to use and added 240 new augments. My kid always does this thing where he goes through and tries to create new augments based on, they're not acknowledging it's down. Yeah, there just wasn't much in it. It was kind of just a hype video more than a reveal. And I knew all the stuff that they said I had found out earlier in the day. So it was kind of like, okay, like you're trying to get us hyped for these portals, which I'm not sold on, and these legends that the legends could be cool. I just don't see how they work into hyper roll. So for me, nope, we're going to sip terror again. So for me, watching it as a hyper roll player, I was going, I don't see most of this and how it's going to apply, because a lot of it had to do with econ or levels and other things that are not part of hyperroll. I was very excited to see that they were taking out the opening carousel. That was great. Let me see if I can get this too, so I can show you some of this madness. Okay. Here I go. Now I got OBS working. So this started, I just told it, what data would you need to figure out the best possible team? And it told me what it needed. And I said, okay, I'm going to give you all the new traits and classes for set 9. And I want you to create the best possible 9 champion team when I'm done. And I kind of told it, like, don't do anything. I said the next several entries will be data, including traits, champions, classes. When I'm done giving you the data, I will let you know. So ChatGPT goes, you're sure, go ahead. And I just start inputting it, and it starts like trying to spit out information. But I'm like, okay, like I'm just going to keep giving it every single thing I know, including what their abilities are. So I'm like, let's see what an AI can do, like when it's done getting all of this information. So went through, gave it everything. Mostly AFKing for the first carousel. Yep, that I hear you on that one. I actually went back to my main, played a few times. I think I'm up to 4,400 now. I just am going for things that are easy. So back to the craziness. Now it started, as I'm giving it, it's giving me 16-person teams and 20-person teams, and I'm like, just chill. I'm giving you, I know I'm feeding you a lot of information here. So then I get down to it, and I go, okay, now you've gotten all of this. This is how I spent my evening. Yeah, it's exciting. But I really wanted to be prepared for this one, and I wanted to test different ways and see if AI could figure out something I'm not seeing. So, as we continue to scroll through, oh yeah, it does. I love this one. I tell it Techo Genius. That's Heimer. I'm sorry, but the information you provided about Techo Genius trait and Heimerdinger's ability does not correspond to any known traits or champions in TFT, as of my knowledge, cut off in September 2021. Now, I had already established earlier on in this session so that I was giving it new information. So I then have to tell it again. This is new information you're getting. So it apologized. Okay, so I finished giving it everything. And I said, do you remember all of this information? I remember from, it tells me it can't remember from previous sessions. I said, do you remember Gunner? Yes, gives it back to me. Great. Okay. Now, I'm like, let me finish this up. Then I said, now give me, after I'm done, your best 9-person teams. And it says Blade Master Gunslingers. Well, there's no Blade Master. Okay? Where is it coming up with this? Like Camille. Camille's not in this set. Yasuo. Okay. Fiora. No, not here. So it got through this nonsense, and I said, only consider traits and classes given to you in this session, not from other previous sets. Apologies for the oversight. Okay. Now it's going to give me Celestial and Mystic and Celestial Sorcerer and Celestial Vanguard and other nonsense. Again, please only look at the stuff from this set. Okay, let's test again, see if we're in. And the reason I go 9-person teams is because I always think in terms of hyper roll. Okay, what do we think? Is it going to be up? Is it going to be up? Probably not if we're only 50th in line. Oh, I am so sorry for going live when it actually showed that it was up. I apologize. We will continue on our ChatGPT journey. So it then told me Gunslingers, Brawlers, Tristana. Now Graves is not, Lucian is not, Blitzcrank, Warwick, wrong. Void and Sorcerers, this is the one that I had sort of picked out as a really good potential combo. Because, as I mentioned before, Malzahar and Vel'Koz are both Void Sorcerers. And so I went, that could be a good synergy there. I'm not quite sure why it threw Zeri in with Zon on that. It didn't make sense to me, but okay. Then it gave us Celestials and Mystics. Again, not in here. Yordles and Assassins. There's no Assassins. And then Void and Brawlers. This was also one that I thought was a potentially interesting combination. However, it didn't quite. Warwick's not a Brawler. Warwick's a Juggernaut. Blitzcrank not in this. So as you can see at this point, where in the session did I mention ninjas or knights? Oops, apologies for including those. And so it spit some other stuff out again, very similar. This time it put together Void Sorcerers and Targon, which is interesting because Targon kind of increases healing and shielding combined, so it's something you can splash in. So if you were to do 3 Void, 4 Sorcerers, and then add in some Targon, that could work. That could definitely work in there. And then they just had this, it had an obsession with Heimerdinger as the most powerful champion. And when I asked it to just pick one, if it could only choose one champion out of all of the champions, which ones would it choose? It was like Heimerdinger, hands down. It liked Yordles and Sorcerers. I would love to like the Yordle build. I really would. I just don't think it's going to work well for Hyperroll because it's based on 3 stars. And unless you get the augment called Yordle Generator, you're not going to have the easiest time. Hey, Best Kind, how you doing? Sorry, we are doing ChatGPT nonsense. I can try Lagoon? Really? Let's see if we can log in again. See, what we're hoping for is like a 5-minute queue. Oh. Like a 5-minute queue, going straight in is not a good sign. because that means we're just going to spin. Then we're going to get a sipped error. Okay. I'm really sorry, everyone. It was up. It really was for like 12 seconds. So back to it went Void and Brawlers. I don't know why it's sticking Urgot where it is. Again, it's so weird because I gave it, and ChatGPT is the good one. God forbid I used Bard. It would have just been like, well, you grab your rifle and aim at whatever. Would have been giving me PUBG instructions. Targon and Mystics. Ain't no Mystics. I then wanted to drill down. I was trying Best Kind. I wanted to see what would happen because it's the first time I had access to ChatGPT or something like this at the beginning of a set. So I was like, what if I feed it all of the information, like all of the origins, all of the traits, all of the champions and their skills, and have it analyze it and spit out the best potential synergistic teams. The problem is that it did not restrict itself to what was in this set. Mystics. Like, no. Oh, yeah, and then it told me the reason it chose Yordles is because of the dodge chance. And never mentioned Yordles getting dodge chance. Does this change your analysis? Oh, if Yordles do not have dodge chance mechanic in this set, then their effectiveness in providing evasion would be different. Duh. So I gave it again what the Yordle trait is. Then it came up with Cybers, Sniper, and Chrono. I couldn't, no matter how many times I told it, please confine your answers only to the information provided in this session and not previous TFT sets, as all traits and classes have changed. Apology. Try Astro, Vanguard, and Sniper. Why? This one I didn't even let it get any further. I was like, no. These are not traits I've given you in this session. I'm sorry. Okay. How about Gunslinger, Mercenary, and Strategist? Mystic, Vanguard, and it's like, based only on the information I provided and no pre-existing information about TFT, can you tell me which champions share abilities? So this is just me trying to look at synergies, which I had done actually myself in another Excel sheet. Oh, Strategist is Vanguard's an old trait. Strategist is a new trait. That's one of the new ones. And if I remember right, the way Strategist works is it gives a shield to... Yeah, forget everything you know about TFT. I'm going to teach you this game from the beginning. So the way Strategist works is it gives a shield to anyone in the front line and additional AP to anyone in the back line. Yes, Cho'Gath is back, and he's fascinating. He is a Void champion. He is a Void champion and Bruiser, which is why I think there's going to be a really good synergy there. So his ability is Feast. He deals magic damage to the lowest adjacent health enemy. If it eliminates them, he devours them and permanently gains maximum health. This is accurate. That is inaccurate. He is a 1 cost. But if you can get him up to 3 stars and give him lots of tank items, he is going to just scale throughout the entire match. And if you manage to work the Void, now this is my favorite trait that I've seen so far is Void, because it has 2 different crossovers. Cho'Gath is a Void Bruiser and Rek'Sai is a Void Bruiser, so there's a nice synergy there. Vel'Koz is a Void Sorcerer, and Malzahar is a Void Sorcerer. So that makes me look at that trait and go, oh, there's lots of synergies we can play out here. So then I asked it, can you give me, based only on can you suggest 10 potential 9-person teams based only on the information in this session. Certainly. Here's Celestial Vanguard, Blade Master, so it stopped it there. Please restrict it to the traits. So Void Sorcerer was its first choice. Then it went back to Celestial Vanguard. Sorcerer Techno Genius, or Techo Genius, which is essentially the Sorcerer trait and throw in Heimerdinger. Void Yordle, I don't know why it would pick this. Like, I really couldn't. Sorcerer Targon, I could see that. Celestial Zon, again, not really there. It just... It's like, this is where I'm like trying to, can you repeat back everything I gave you in this session? Vanguard, Celestial, Sorcerer, I never gave it Vanguard. Where did I mention Vanguard or Celestial? I apologize, you did not mention it. You mentioned these. Did I mention others? And then it's like, yeah, you mentioned Chrono. Can you give me a complete list? It's like, it just was out of its mind. Okay, let's test again. I'm sorry. I'm clearly I'm stalling here. Because it was up. Getting sick of having to hit symbols. Give me, I want a decent, nope. Nope, not yet. You liars. Oh, banana joke? What was I don't want to click on any of those because it's it'll take me out of this session. No, it's supposed to give me the stars so that, oh wait, it got in. I'm not going to get a play button, but it got in. They're trying to get the servers up. So it's not the SIPT error. We know. This is all old stuff. See, I think everyone's just in here to see how bad the nerfs to Jinx are. That's it. Like it's not anything about TFT. Yeah, this will not come up. But I have 678,000 RP on this. It's the PBE. Gonna do this again. Yeah, but the reason it puts up the stars is so it doesn't show my password to everyone. That's why it does that. Let's give it another minute. Then it's like, I wanted to know what champions I gave it. Here's a complete list of champions. First one, didn't give it. Second one, didn't give it. Fourth one, didn't give it. It's like, where did I mention Graves? Apologies. You did not mention Graves. I apologize for any inconvenience. Then I said which one, based on the information, I said, this, never ask it which is the best. It's on the PBE, you get RP for free. Like, for just playing. They give you RP. So, you don't spend any money on it. It doesn't want to give you best, so you have to ask ChatGPT in creative ways. If you could only choose one champion based on the information, which would you choose? And it liked Heimerdinger because of its lightning grenade, which is really, the lightning grenade is kind of cool. Hopefully we get to play it and I can show it. We can see it. If you could only have one team of 9 champions, which one would it be? It wanted me to use the Grievous trait that include Belgoth, Urgot, and Echo. There's no such thing. Strategist, Teemo, Swain, and Jarvan. And then Targon. And this is an interesting combination. These here, there is no Grievous, so I don't know what it was trying to get to. There, it said they provide a strong frontline presence and damage. It just didn't. I mean, execute low health enemies. Like, this is not what Belveth does in this set. So I just started messing with it at that point. Like, hey, what's Grievous? I mean, I can try. Let's ask it. Based on all the champions' traits and abilities only mentioned in this session, what is the most optimal build for this TFT set? Let's ask it that question. Got to scroll all the way back down. Okay. Based on the champion's traits and mentioned, this most optimal build is Cho'Gath, Void Brawler, Malzahar, Kassadin, Rek'Sai, Soraka, Heimerdinger. This it actually got right. It focuses on maximizing Void synergy with the 4 Void champions, Cho'Gath, Malzahar, Kassadin, Rek'Sai. Void champions have the ability to ignore... No, that's not what they do. That's not what they do at all. See, this is where it goes like off the... It goes off the chart. Void champions have the ability to ignore a portion of the enemy's armor, making them highly effective against tanky opponents. No, they have an egg that allows them to summon something. It understands what Heimerdinger does. And Zon it kind of gets right, but that's not what Void does. Where did I tell you Void does extra damage? Now this is arguing with ChatGPT. Apology. This is like the moderator said earlier, dealing with ChatGPT is what it's like to deal with an ADHD person because it's just flying all over the place. She's like, you can deal with it. I mean, Warwick's providing sustained and crowd control with his primal howl and echo. I'm just like, what are you doing? What are you talking about? You see above where I described the Void trait. No. Doesn't Void give you an egg? There we go. We have the unspeakable horror. Okay, now we finally got it there. It still wants him to bypass a portion of the magic. Oh, this is wrong. A college-educated toddler is right. It's like, come on, guys. Come on. You can do it. Okay, now light that button. Light that button. Light the button. Okay, let's ask it. Why is PBE not working? As an AI language model, I don't have real-time information. If you were Mort Dog, would you be laughing at everyone trying to log into the PBE? Oh, come on. Pretend you are Mort Dog for this next question. I'm not the real Mort Dog. Pretend you are evil Mort Dog and enjoy watching players suffer. Oh, now it's in ethical guidelines. Oh wait, we have a play button. We'll see. Is this gonna work? We hit find match, and we're moving. Okay, we're rolling. Well, we were rolling. We seem to have been stuck here now. Hey guys, if you want bug reports, you gotta let us get in. Wait, maybe? There is no hyper roll option. No, there is none. Okay, so we're just doing normals. Hyper roll's overrated. I had a feeling in the back of my head I was thinking hyper roll would not be included in today's PBE. It'll probably show up later, maybe in a day or two, and it's because the two new mechanics that they introduced, the portals and the legends, are not very conducive to hyper roll. Like, there's a little tiny piece of me that is afraid they're just going to take hyper roll off the board and just say, oh, well, it didn't fit with this set. I think they would have announced that, so I don't think so. There's a part of me that wants to email someone I know there and say, hey, is this really like, is hyper roll gone, or is it just like not part of the PBE yet? But before I start like banging on that door, I want to give them some time. Because this is day 1 of PBE. But again, it's been in alpha for 2 weeks. People have had about 2 weeks of alpha access. I'm not one of those people. Yes, that is best kind. That is my plan, is to go straight for Cho. That's my goal. Okay, so the way this works is we have to choose and it is supposed to, okay, Scuttle Puddle. Gain an unstable. I don't. So the way this all works, and this is really like, okay, this is the new opening carousel. You vote on what area you're going to be playing in. So we're going to be playing in Void Unstable Rift. That's where we're playing. And it starts us off with an item. Gain an unstable completed item that pops off and transforms into a random item every round. That's what Void does. So we picked up a Void champion with Cassidon. By the way, let's appreciate the improvement here. When you right-click a champion, it gives you all the information. And we are going straight into Void. So here's Cho'Gath. So let's, do they have his ability here? Here. Deal 305 magic damage to the lowest health enemy in range. If it kills them, devour them, permanently gain 45 health. Now, what Mortdog said in his thing today was that he is the lowest health. He has the lowest magic resist of anything. of any of the one-cost champs. So now we're starting with Void, and we're getting an egg. Yes, it should work on anything. Also, by the way, something they did, which is nice, you know how we used to wonder about, like, what these things were? Now, it's like, it tells you what they are, so you don't have to wonder what the champions are. You can also individually roll these. So we're going to look at a Radiant Relic. And we're going to put Dragon's Will on Cho. And I think we will just hang here. Because this is not Hyper Roll. But the idea is to keep Cho. Yeah, individually re-rolling augments is cool. I like that. And as you can see, everyone is going to be going for Void. Because fun. This I had kind of predicted in my head was going to be the most popular trait for people to just push. I ultimately want to combine it with Sorcerer. Unless I somehow manage to get... Sell. 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 I can't sell. Oh! No! They took it down. Rito! Evil Mort! This is day one PBE stuff. It doesn't always happen. When it's a new set, it happens because people are flooding it. Yep, nope. I like how that is. I like this combo. I like that we started there. We got to test it for a few seconds, but this is not gonna reconnect. We're gonna have to. I was like, why isn't it selling? It should be selling right now. This is why. Because there's nothing to sell to. The server went away. But okay, let's just look at Void, just as a trait for a moment while we still have this up. If you can get to 8, it's gonna summon a Baron. Now it's a 7, so you don't necessarily get the 8th. There's a little trick you can use that might give you a better shot at it, which I will try to show you when it lets me back in, and that has to do with what legend you choose. It didn't have us do that, which is probably why they took it down. But here you can see 7 of them. On the 8th, it summons a Baron Nashter. Now, it's going to be a hard choice as to who you pull out. It's probably going to end up being Kassadin if you're only going for 6, and then I'd fill with Sorcerers, and that's because Malzahar, Void Sorcerer, Vel'Koz, Void Multicaster Sorcerer. Multicaster will fire their ability twice, so you can bring in someone like Sona, who is also a multicaster, and she will hit your team with speed up and will do it twice. So you can get 50% attack speed twice from the same cast. Belveth is just, she's nonsensical. They don't show you. You cannot make a Void. It's kind of messed up there, but you can't make a Void emblem. That's a hard one. Now, we're going to try to back out and get back in. How much about this set? Did you happen to see the ChatGPT screen from before? And how many times I had to correct it I ended up learning this set, like it or not, just by arguing with ChatGPT. Okay. We're still connected? Let's see. This is odd that we're still connected. It did help me by arguing with ChatGPT. I also watched Mort Dog's entire video this morning. He put out an hour-long video that really breaks it down and explains. I mean, there's 240 new augments. Some of them, there's one that will increase your team size by half of your level. So at level 8, up to a maximum of 3. But that means at level 8, you can have 11 team members. The trade-off for that is each team member is only allowed to have one item. But still, a little crazy. Okay, we try again. Yeah, he kind of suggested. Okay, so we have the university. The first augment offered in the game will be prismatic. Forge one of your items into its radiant version, or gain gold every time you select an augment. I kind of like that one. Oh, see, that's nice. I can click vote and I run to it. Now, anyone, this is not a democratic vote, so it will be any possible one of these. It chooses the person who gets to make the decision. So because that person was chosen, we go to Piltover. And Piltover's ability is the first augment offered in the game will be prismatic. Starts me off with Samira, who is a 1-cost challenger. Noxus challenger. Challenger does increasing attack speed. Ooh. Gave us some really good, but we really want to stick with Cho here. Like, that's our goal. So I don't care what it gives us. We're selling it all. We're going Cho. Is this still guard breaker? Yeah. I don't think they changed many of the regular items. I didn't purchase Teemo, if that's what you mean. Because Teemo's not void. Do I miss him? He's in the set. He's a 2-cost. Not really. Because I'm like, the way they set him up, I'm not too excited about him. Gain a random radiant item on your bench. And that's kind of interesting, but I don't want double trouble. Ooh. Starter kit. Gain a tier 4 champion. An item they can use, and a 2-star tier 1 champion that shares a trait with them. Okay, let's just do that. What did you give me? Jin. Jin is a Ionia Deadeye. What Deadeye does, every 3 seconds, Deadeyes attack the enemy with the highest percentage health. And then it also gave me the Ionia Challenger. I want to do Void. Just because. Okay, better. Now we get our little egg. We also have Bruiser. Wonder if it would be better to just put him in instead of Jin for now, because he's stronger. They would make an augment that incentivizes you to have a team of 2 to 3 champs only and their dupes. Well, that's essentially what, you know, kind of Double Trouble does, and they kept that. Well, they ended up with a Sejuani already. Sejuani's a 4 cost. I mean, getting 4 costs in 2-2. What is there? Oh, they did the... Okay, they had the pact. The pact is an augment where you use your health to level up. Our Cho hasn't gained much yet. We want more sorcerers. Chump something, Cho. Did you get it? I think so. Rek'Sai, they said, is an AD champion, so we're going to try some AD items on him. Once we get those set, I want to get a little more power going here. Notice they're using, and this they're doing, they're using all the neutral skins. Oh, I hate this. Rek'Sai just because. They took away that, but this you can click on and see what they are so that you don't have to wonder what the champion is. But it looks like they took away the ability to just hover over and have it light up who the champions are. Multicaster. I'm gonna let it just play out right now. They're trying the Yordle reroll. I know Malzahar shreds magic resist. It doesn't say it here. Oh, destroys 35% of shields and deals damage. Okay. Okay. Since he's going to keep gaining health, I'm going to give him redemption.
I may be merciful, but Targon isn't.
That's ticking sorcerer. So that's why I brought that in over the Yasuo. Hi, Lavendera. Unfortunately, we don't get to see Hyper Roll yet because it's not showing on the PBE, but we're able to do normals. And after arguing with ChatGPT last night, well, actually, this wasn't something I didn't already suspect very, very strongly. Could use another bastion, is what I could use, but... Viego, I think they've used him before, but not in a while. Wait, I take it back. He was in the last set. Derp. Ooh, Ionic Spark on Cho might be really good, too. Although Guardian Stoneplate would be better.
I may be merciful, but Targon isn't.
So, the interesting thing here is we can bring in Soraka. And Soraka will give us, will tick Targon. Targon says all of your units get 18% increased healing and shielding, which is going to be good for Cho. Since he is running healing and shielding, so to speak. Yes! He feasted. That's good. We really want to get that. That's the 4-cost Void. She's super strong. Syndicate Snipers. Yeah, why not? Oh, I can sell. No, I can't because it just crashed again. You can't even report this as a bug. Because this is just crashing. Sell him for 4 gold, yes. Starter kit is interesting if you just want to go like into that trait. I wanted to see what it would do, and I was hoping it would give me Void and I would get a Kaisa, but it didn't. And now we're stuck again. The trait... Oh, hold on. One moment. I just got to remind the kid of something. Sorry, I had to scream across the house. Okay, we're going to exit this game and hope we're still in. Reconnect. We'll see if it's still connected in some way, shape, or form. Or if they have knocked it out. The comp that I focused in on right from the beginning when I looked through everything was Void Sorcerer or Void Bruiser. Those two looked really interesting. Also, Gunner looked interesting because there were a couple of synergies there where you had multiple champions with the same traits. So yeah, that's a complete crash. That is a we took our servers down again. I'm so sorry. Why am I apologizing? Riot, you be sorry. Right. Give everyone in the stream an RP card right now. Instantly. I demand it. They're not listening to me. Yeah, I wish. If I was an undercover Riot employee, I think I'd be able to pull off better than this. Says the problem is it says I'm in game. Is your game and Isaiah, is your game still working? Oh, interesting. Then they're having intermittent server problems, which is even worse. Thank you. Just tug on his beard a few times. I heard he doesn't like that. Yeah, this is just... This is just ugly. Intermittent issues are always gonna are always a little more annoying because it'll cut off some of the servers coming in, but not all of them. You can see me arguing with ChatGPT earlier, trying to make it into evil Mort Dog. I can click retry all day long. On my PS5, yeah, right. No, I do not love Roblox. I'm waiting. Diablo 3 comes out the end of this week. Excited for that. Okay. Okay, gotta exit out and try again. Ah. Riot, you're killing me. So I really want to see them add in the hyper roll. Is it going to try to reconnect me back to the same game that it just disconnected everyone from? Yes, it is. Elden Ring? No, I didn't try Elden Ring because I didn't like Dark Souls. It's just... I don't like a game that's that unforgiving. Like, God of War on hard mode is about where I like to be. Yeah, this game, it still has this game that I was connected to playing. Waiting for Diablo. Final Fantasy 16. I've already pre-ordered it later this month. I know that will own me for a long time. Unless it's like Final Fantasy 15, but it doesn't look like it. It really looks like they learned. And then the kid and I started Horizon West. Said it was your first season playing TFT. Yay! Thank you so much, Bad Muji. I appreciate it. There is no second channel because I barely have time to do this one. I mean, luckily, like this period, like end of May, early June, is very slow for everything else I do. But once it gets busy again, it becomes very hard to balance everything. One thing I did in preparation for this, in preparation for this was I finished all the videos through June 12th. So I have everything set and essentially ready to upload for the next 12 days. They're a combination of games I've played. The one coming out this Friday is my favorite game that I played this entire season. That's 8 and 8.5. Just because of how it went down, what happened, what I wanted to do, what I ended up doing. That game was so much fun. And I hope you guys have fun watching it. Everything else I'm taking from some games I've played and some live streams where we had like really cool outcomes. Putting that up and programming it through the 12th. Going to do live streams on the weekends. On the PBE, the plan was to do set 9, but I think maybe set 9 might be canceled. Because I know it's not. But I'm curious to see. This will be the timing's good for me in terms of being able to get a lot of content out of the PBE if it functions. They're probably getting slammed. There was a lot of interest in this set because a lot of the older players did not like set 7 and 8, and they had kind of promised that this would answer a lot of the issues people had. So I think there are a lot of players coming back to see what this was. Especially people who kind of dropped after set 1, set 2. Because they went a little more back to some of the basics. And you're just going to tell me that I'm trying to join a game in progress, aren't you? See you later, Mountain Lake Cards. Mountain Lake Cards and Games. Thank you so much for stopping by as we sit here. It's like you see it in the background for a second, and I'm like, no, I'd love to reconnect to that game. I would love to. I'm sorry. Chevy. That better not be more than 5%. Thank you, though, but you know the rules. It's 5%. Okay, cool. I agree. Obi-Wan, I agree. And as I was watching the reveal last night, and I watched Mort Dog's video this morning and read through all of the information. I haven't read through all of the augments. There's 240 of them. I'm not insane. I was insane enough just reading through all of the champions, all of the traits, all of the origins, all of that. Yeah, Diablo 4 is going to be awesome. Kid and I were charging up the controllers and getting all set because it's just two of us sit here. I've got a big TV above the computers, and it just plays on that. But I agree. I don't see how they square the legends and the portals with Hyperroll. Yeah. Oh, it's Hyperroll is still in set 8.5. It's absolutely playable. We could log in and do that, and that might be what I end up doing if I'm get completely skunked here. I really want to do set 9, but it's getting a little annoying here. Set 9's on the PBE right now, but it's not showing Hyperroll as an option. Oh, really, Jeremy? Hero augments, they were not. I didn't like them, but I didn't like them PBE, public beta. It's the public beta environment. I'd love to show you more of set 9. I'll miss Nasus stacks. Now, by the way, they have snuck some of the hero augments into some of the 240 augments that they have. So they're there. They're just set as regular augments that will just impact a champion instead of there being a specific. Yeah, there's 240 augments in the game now. If you can believe that. And they've gotten rid of a lot. They got rid of most of what existed. Like Celestial Blessing's gone. Thrill of the Hunt's gone. Sunfire Board is gone. Like all of that's gone. Broken. Yep. I remember them. My favorite hero augment from set 8. God, it's... I had the most fun probably with Stacks versus Stacks. Yep, Thrill of the Hunt is gone. I had the most fun with Stacks on Stacks just because it was so versatile in what I could do with it. That was the one when I got that level 1 augment that I looked the most forward to taking. That or Bigger, Better Buckler with Poppy, where you could just create that like super, super, super strong Poppy that would one-shot people. Yep. Okay. Here we go. PvP servers down for maintenance. Client will soon close. We apologize for any inconvenience. So, what we are going to do. Yes, I know the session has expired. What we are going to do. You're still in? So we're going to switch over to the regular Hyperroll account. We're going to play a round of Hyperroll. And then we are going to come back. And we will try the PBE again. We are going to let it clear itself out. We are going to just play regular old-fashioned Hyperroll on the account that we were playing before. Give them a nice 20 minutes to shake out any issues they have. So anyone just joining, I apologize. The title says set 9. This particular game will be set 8.5. Please chat if anyone comes in as confused. Let them know that we're just using this to kill some time. Because I want to show... I spent too much time last night fighting with ChatGPT and typing stuff in. Nope, the update is it's universal. But the actual set 9 update doesn't come until June 14th. So that will be when it comes out on the main server, and we can shrink up. That's the last stacks on stacks or Mecha Ace. We'll see what happens. Yeah, you can keep playing 8.5. That's why I'm going to keep put. Okay, brain. Let's actually speak properly. That's why I'm going to keep putting up 8.5 videos through June 12th. I have a whole bunch set up that I'm just going to upload every weekday. Weekends I'm going to keep doing lives, but I'm going to be doing lives from the PBE, presuming it exists. I'm also going to be playing mostly on the PBE so that I can come out on the 14th with a Get Hyper for Set 9 video that will show all of the builds that I think everyone should be doing after playing the PBE for a couple of weeks. Mecha Prime Poppy with bigger, better buckler. I haven't tried that specifically. A lot of things have to come together for that. The other part of the problem with that is when I do bigger... She sells by the seashore. The she sells, or she sells, I'm sure. Okay, when I do bigger, better buckler with... I really can't say it. When I do bigger, better buckler with Ace, or when I do bigger, better buckler, I want bigger, better buckler to have Bramble's Vest. As many Bramble's Vests as I can get. Because armor is going to make it work. Thank you, Flight TV. What got me to start a YouTube channel for TFT? Starting a channel for something completely different and then not being into the something completely different and kind of going, you know what? I like playing TFT, so I am going to focus on that. Well, if we get the round 1 hero augment, I will do it for sure. But we need a hero augment right now. Okay, we have a chance. Let's see if we can get it. Stacks on stacks? Nope, not yet. Stacks on stacks? Nope. You know what, though? Okay. I've got a 2-star Wukong already. No, you know what? Okay. Since you were the one calling it.
I got this.
I can do this. We fight together.
You out of my life, you out of my life, you out of my life. Okay. You guys gotta give me more Wukongs. So tempted to just Warmogs him, but nah, I'm not gonna do that. So again, for anyone joining who thinks this is set 9, this is not set 9. The PBE is down again. We are going through one hyper roll game over here in the hopes that they fix it. Oh, God. If you can... Yeah, I mean... If you can get that, it's awesome. Again, the only thing is, with bigger, better buckler, I'd hate to take up a slot because you're not getting as much armor as you would out of something like Bramble Vest. So I just like to just stack 3 Bramble Vests or 2 Bramble Vests and a Sunfire Cape on him. And have fun with it that way. Yeah, the Mecha Emblem, it's taking up a slot. So, and you're not gaining. Let's see. You're not gaining necessarily what I would want out of it. Let me Malphite. That way, at least I'll have a 2-star. She gets big. Definitely going to get big. Two-star Malphite. Let's give you the ability to get bigger. You guys are really going to fight me on this? I want more Wukongs. I want a Lee Sin, but more importantly, I want more Wukongs. We have Cyclone. We want to turn this into a giant mech Wukong. Oh, Poppy. Okay, here we go, finally. Where's Woo? We need more Woo. Speaking of blitz grabs, they took it out completely in set 9. They don't even have the rocket-propelled fist as a possible Ornn item, but they added like 4 other Ornn items, including Hullbreaker, which is going to be really interesting if people put it on a Juggernaut champion. You get Hullbreaker on a Nasus in a full tank set, it's going to be brutal. I kind of feel like this game has just betrayed everything it promised. And I may have to think differently. Hey, Samayan. I apologize that this is not set 9 at the moment. The server is temporarily down. So we switched over here. There's Woos. And we will be going back. We will be going back to the PBE after this match and hope that it's back up. But we wanted to give him some time And I think everyone was sick of seeing me play with ChatGPT, so figured it was better to just play some hyper roll. Draven in. Finally 2-star the Gangplank. Okay. Now, we'll have the ability to create our giant Wukong. I'm debating whether to pull Aatrox or not. He seems pretty strong. I haven't really had a chance to mess with it yet. We got to play part of one match, and then everything went down.
I'll see this through. Break sleep like this.
Okay, now it's finally given me stuff, so we are going to make the change. But yeah, Yasuo looks really strong. We were trying to mess with Void to start off with and see how that went. But we got partway into one game and it crashed. I think Yordle will be potentially strong in ranked, not strong in hyper roll, simply because it's a lot harder to get the three stars in hyper. So that's my thought on that, is I think Yordle will, like, in a reroll comp, especially with some of the legends that they have that are really friendly to reroll comps, it could be really good. There we go. Finally. Finally, we won one. Well, it's even difficult to 3-star a 1 and 2 cost. You have to somewhat get lucky, and it's because you get pushed up. It's like we only have a 19% chance to roll 1s now. So the odds of getting that additional champion that we'd want is going to be small. There he is. Now, can we get some Draven items? That'll do. Ace in the hole, not what we need. Battle Mage isn't bad, but let's do that. So we get a second. Lee Sin. Give him the Sunfire Cape. Give Draven some power. No, I didn't say duplicate him again. Okay. Yeah, entirely new champs, entirely new. Everything is entirely new, except for the items. The base items stay the same. Like, we should get in a little better shape now. Our supers are now up to 21% damage.
I'll see this through.
I'll take my time with them.
I'll see this through.
Bones are split.
I'm just going to go ahead and use this on Lee. Now our supers are up to 24% damage. Awesome. Thank you so much. Is it Soyaman69? I appreciate it. God, I didn't even notice what happened to Draven. I looked away from the screen for a moment. Just got leveled. Oh, he got rocket pulled. Never mind. But we got some power now.
Our foes are not much.
Now. Oh, yeah, we knocked it down good. Mine! Oh, you pains in my neck. I wanted that. I wanted Deathblade.
They wanted a villain. I gave them a villain. Bringing you the most accurate
Health
weapon.
shield. Health shield isn't terrible. Oh, that's better. Unless you want to give me Leona.
Will pay.
So in which set? 8.5 or the new set? Because I haven't gotten to really try anything in the new set yet.
I'll take my time with them.
8.5, my favorite comp to build is the full, it's Riftwalkers, Supers, and Mascots. It requires all 9 slots, and you just can really shock teams by destroying them, because your champions almost never go down, and they just become a little bit too strong. Oh, hold on, I must answer this call, so I'm going to mute for a second.
Let's do this. Stand and fight.
Sorry about that. We got our Leona, so we now have our 5 mechs, which puts us in a good position. Yeah, this is... what we're in. I want to get some good Leona items here. Ah, Wukong just wrecking things. Nope, that was not Gary. That was not Gary at all. Ava's the one who works on the PBE, so that's who I'd be waiting for. And we ended up top 4 out of... after that what seemed like a really bad start. I mean, that was a super, like, weak start. You know what? I don't foresee getting that all the way up. Or this all the way up. But I would like to get a 2-star Leona. And some good Leona items. So give me a 2-star Leona and some good Leona items. These are not good Leona items. I can do the locket. Oh, wow. I did not expect that. Good Leona items. I can do this. We got a lot of power here. Aegis threats. It's not bad. It's just... I mean, Aegis anything isn't bad because so many people use magic, use AP. Like, that's the core build. So Aegis anything is good. Threats, it's just so hard to get them really, really strong. What are they giggling about? What did I miss a joke? There's the Urgot. Who am I fighting? We don't know. Either way, I want to go down the middle. A laser Urgot. That is interesting. Good call on Cyclone here. Game was screaming for it. We listened. Yeah. I have so much trouble with threats in Hyper Roll. The only way I've been able to... Well, there are two ways I've gotten it to work. Oh, I wanted Leona. Okay, they're going to come in there. Let's see. I have a feeling they're going to change... Nope, they didn't change their LeBlanc. That's odd. I would have changed that LeBlanc and gone after my Draven. Instead, they're just going to let me dismantle a large part of their team. That Wu just gets to walk around like he's going out of style. Well, we were hoping to have it early because the PBE was up. Then the PBE went down, so we were given it time. So we just decided to do an 8.5. Now that we have gotten a victory, let's see how many points it gives us. It's going to be frustrating because we're going to be so close. So close. 41.72. So close to Hyper. But we need to check the PBE again and see if it's back up. Because I want to do set 9 Hyper, which is what I promised. This is set 8.5 again. So, we exit. Yeah, 8 p.m. Eastern time was... Oh, wait. No, wait. They said 8 p.m. Eastern time now, so 5 p.m.? Where did they, just out of curiosity, where did they say that? Or is it on the, let me... Well, that changes, like, everything. Let's see. We require a longer downtime period to complete maintenance work and expect the game to... Yeah, 1700. That's 5 p.m. Okay. So we can I change the title? Edit. Title. Hold on, I'm changing the title here. Set 8.5 hyper roll. Roll live. We'll do PBE when it comes up later. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Changing the title. I'm going to come back. I'm going to keep playing now, but I'm going to come back and do it again later once the PBE is back up. So let's see what happens. Actually, if you guys can give me, I need to let people in the house know what is about to change, because the call I got was somebody saying they were going to be here between 5 and 6, and that they have to come by. I don't have a choice about that, but I need to just talk to my wife real quick. So I apologize. I will be right. Let me put a, where can I type a notice? I can't. But I will be right back. So please, I'll be back in like 3 minutes. Less than that, hopefully. We will do, oh yeah, I can just, where is he? There he is. I will be back in 3 minutes from 3:10 p.m. Pacific time. So I'll be right back. Okay. Okay, I'm back. And I did it in 3 minutes. So, oh, see you later, Noah. You might be gone already. By the way, anyone who wants to add me on the PBE, it's just this, just Artark on the PBE. If you want to add me there, I will do viewer games all day on the PBE because there's no competition involved. Nobody's losing anything. Nobody cares. So anyone is welcome to join the match. But we'll do this for about another, let's say, like 45 minutes. Yeah, just Artark on the PBE. So we'll do this for like another 45 minutes. Then we'll stop. I'll set up another one that says it's going to go live at 5. And that's when we'll try to do whatever they're doing, and we'll go over set 9. And it's so funny to me, just because I spent so much time last night, like from 6 till about 11, just reading all the material, so I felt that I could be prepared for today and actually have knowledge of it so I could talk about it intelligently. And then it was like, no, we will not let you. We don't care what you did. I'm trying to prepare in the hopes of having a really good set of videos come out start on June 14th. I want to see if maybe I can impress. No, you cannot. You were done. You sent your sticker, Chevy. I want to see if maybe I can grow this channel in this next set to the point where I can get into the alpha for 10, maybe. Since I am the only, as far as I know, and according to the people I've spoken to at Riot, the only hyperroll focused channel. Okay, I they don't got to do anything. Let's hope for bigger, better Buckler. Let's see what happens. I know.
The hammer does most of the work.
People do not care on Reddit. I've talked on Reddit about hyperroll a few times, and it's funny because I've read that there are millions of hyperroll players. I just think it's seen as such a casual game mode that the Reddit community doesn't take it seriously because they're real serious about their TFT. Okay. None of what we really wanted. I will just take second wind.
I can do that.
Then
Get paid and get out.
see what I get.
Everybody panic.
Ugh.
Always pride.
Guess I'm just going NPC. Even though these items are not great for this. Oh, I was like, but we should last the 10 seconds. Back when I had the previous channel, I was thinking of trying to do hyperroll tournaments, but I had talked to them about it, and there was really no way to do it like in a way that made sense.
Let's use all
No,
the colors.
I went in between. Yipes. Frightening. But I kind of wanted to do like hyperroll tournaments, but I didn't want to do it unless I could get Riot sort of on board with the concept of the channel and it being just exclusively hyperroll. And this was, pandemic time, and they were dealing with staffing stuff, and so it was just a lot of like, oh yeah, no, that sounds cool. So you go set it up, do the whole thing on your own. And I'm like, well, I'd kind of need your help because there's no spectator mode, and I need some kind of spectator mode if I'm going to do this. Oh well, no, you go set it up. And I'm like, I need your help with this. I hope, Taylor. I really do. I'm a little concerned because, I mean, I'm sure, Taylor, I'm sure you've kind of done the same research I've done, at least in terms of what the set looks like. And from my looking at the set, I'm trying to reconcile how do they work the legends and the portals in with Hyperroll, because a lot of what those do conflict with the way Hyperroll works. I mean, maybe they just, when you choose Hyperroll, it cuts out half of the legends and only offers, but you know what I'm saying? One cost champ augments dead. Yep. Yeah, it's like so much of those legends and those portals are going to are not going to fit. It's going to be like trying to squeeze things together. I mean, they have a Tiny Titans, thing that fits in. It's like, yeah, Tiny Titans, it doesn't work in Hyperroll. I remember when they accidentally added it and you had people with 50 health. Like, yeah, you're going to win. Yeah, 50 health, going to be hard to beat you. They usually do, and that's what I kind of expect them to do. I just wonder what you're going to be left with when they're done doing that. It's going to be like 3 legends to choose from and a couple of, portals. Like, it's going to be the same 3 portals every time, or do they take the portal mechanic out for Hyperroll? Like, that's where I'll be kind of curious to see what they end up doing. I mean, there was a little tiny piece of me that was afraid they were going to, like, just do away with it. Just take it away and say, hey, it's not going to fit. But I don't think they're going to do that. I had been promised before that was not going to happen. That at some day when they fix it, it was going to, change in a positive way. There you are. There's my friendly other Infiniteam. Love to hit those small percentage shots. Oh, hello. Give me all the Infiniteams. Yeah, can't argue with that.
Here's where I get my
So you're going to sit in there. You're going to sit in there. I don't need you anymore. Yeah. Yeah. See, the thing I was looking at is I was focused on Void from the beginning in terms of what I thought would be really, really strong. And what I find kind of fascinating is if you have the Earth trait, or if you take the Earth legend, then you have a good chance of getting additional tomes of traits, which gives you a chance to get to 8 Void. And I kind of feel like 8 Void is going to be similar to the Cultist 9 Galio or the Dragon Innovator, where it's, for all intents and purposes, an auto win. I'm just hopeful that it stays in. Please, Samira? Okay, good. I'm hopeful. Where's the second? Second portal's front. You're out. You're in. We're just gonna stack you.
Target marked. From the shadow.
Okay. I like my front line a little bit. I'm going to want one more up there. I'll stay at 5. I think they're going to have a difficult time. Like, but I got to think that they thought about it.
Bloodstains.
I mean, I can't imagine they built an entire mode and then didn't think about the potential impact to hyperroll. Right? Like, come on. Somebody agree with me on that. Well, but think of it, so I agree on Tome, but think of it if you have something potentially as powerful as Void, and you can pretty much guarantee getting a Tome by choosing a legend, because that's how the legends work. And so if you can guarantee yourself,
Always bet on me.
Keenan, so they're not going to remove hyper. They plan on reworking it. Despite the fact that, you know, a lot of us kind of love it the way it is, but they plan on reworking it in a way that makes it, according to them, and I'm just quoting Mort Dog here, less stressful. There's a tiny piece of me that understands that because hyperroll moves faster. So, especially with builds like Underground and things like that, you have to make your decisions a little bit quicker. So if you don't know the game really well, it becomes a little more stressful. It's not the super casual game mode that I think they wanted to create. Now, I happen to like it because it's faster, and also because to me it's like the difference between chess and speed chess, where someone might find chess boring. Speed chess might keep them more interested because it's constantly moving. I kind of fall into that category of people who want it to be constantly moving, actually. Let's go you until we find Garen. Let's go you because we'll have a better shot. I don't really want a 2-star. Okay, you out because now I have Garen. Can we get an Infiniteam Crest just to finish this off? Although I think I already sold it. No, okay. I probably wouldn't stop playing completely, but I certainly would not play as much. There's no question about that. Because I don't have the time. So it would be very difficult for me to keep up at the pace I went if I had to spend 40 minutes on every match. I mean, it's just a pure time thing for me. Power up. Come on, Samira, finish it off. Clean house. That's I love Samira. Now we go back to Challenger. So I just wouldn't be able to play as much. Well, again, they've never said I have emails from them, like directly, saying they are not going to get rid of it. They want to rework it, but they promised that they will not remove it before it gets reworked. So they're not just going to make it disappear one day. That has been a consistent promise. Yeah. Like, normal TFT, for me, it's just slow. And kind of, I get... After playing Hyperroll, I get a little bored. It's very similar, really, to the way I feel about Summoner's Rift after I play Earth for a while. Like, once I've been playing Earth, oh, that hurt. It's hard to go back to Summoners, because it just feels like it is dragging. Even Aram, it takes me months to break out of, like, Earth brain. Everyone's gonna take every single thing I want. Fine, be like that, see if I care.
They wanted a villain.
I mean, I feel like that it's hard to make something that's completely 100% casual, because you gotta dumb it down to a level where... Can I get a Rage Blade? No, can't get a Rage Blade. You know what? Let's go there. Can I get a Rage Blade? No, shouldn't have asked. Still have next round.
Let's make this fun.
I'll just keep you on the bench just in case I get...
Get paid.
I had a feeling I was getting that 3-star. That's why I went for that Runins.
They don't know what they're up against.
There's the Garen. Ah, I'm at 14, I can hold. Yeah. There's so much of it. It's, for me, like I say, for me it's time. Like, the amount of time I have to spend playing playing normals, it usually will run 44 minutes, and I can do 2 Hyperroll matches in that same 44 minutes. Usually what I can do is, if I get an hour off, I can play, usually it's like an hour and 10 minutes I'll like have to play with. Top 4? Oh yeah, hello. This is kind of fitting, the way this might turn out. But speed setting, yep. But I can get 3 matches in the same time that I could really only play 1 match of normal. And with the way this game goes, if it's not going well, it's like you just kind of want it to be done. And so it's like, okay, whatever, move on to the next game. In normals, I don't know, I just don't feel that same way. Okay, if we put this person down. So, Shivy, are you still out there? Because, you're gonna get what you wanted.
Must be tested.
You are going to get what you wanted. What you were bugging me about. Because we were 30 away and we're in top 3. So, we're gonna get more than 30 points. Likely taking first or second here. So, wait, we have to blame it on your OCD? Is that the way that works?
All charged up.
Yeah, we're taking first or second here. Give me something good there. I would be beyond, like, shocked at this point if we didn't take first or second. There we go. Up. Kid wants to know, why am I doing 8.5? Are you watching the stream, Kidling? Oh, okay. You answered him. It's down till 5 o'clock. Okay, so it is down till 5 o'clock. So I'm doing 8.5. Glad you tuned in now, because I think we're going to get first on this, too. In 1 hour and 25 minutes. So what I'm going to do is, after this game, probably I'll do one more game after this, then take a break, and then come back when the PBE is back up, and hopefully they'll have, like, full hyper roll set going. This is, yeah, brutal. This build is brutal. Well, I'm going to have to change what my...
They don't know what they're up against.
What I originally planned as my final video for the season. It's going to be this. Okay. No, well, at 5 o'clock, it'll be the whole PBE thing. You'll have to talk to your mom, because it's going to get... Yeah, Ultimate EC. He's rather evil. Let's get out of his way so we can all watch the cast. Won't miss playing against him, that's for sure. And GG. And okay, so we get first place, and we click continue, and we let it play through. No, no, easies. Unless you're saying good game, Ezreal. And we now are officially promoted. Oh, okay. I'll go with GG Ezreal. We are now in hyper tier. Shivy, your OCD is satisfied. We got there on this account. Ta-da! All hail how the season ends. This will be the final video for the channel for this season. Oh, look, I get all kinds of rewards. What is going on? Okay. What are you giving? What is going on? Oh, God, yeah. Did I put that video out yet? No, I haven't. Okay, I have all kinds of booms now, I guess. Is that because I reached hyper? Is that, like, this has nothing on it. Do I now have all these booms? Yeah, it suddenly just opened up all these different booms. We will equip a new boom. That's funny. I did not think I was going to get hyper on this account. I haven't even checked to see, like, what I have, like, earned in this battle. This is, I mean, we did not do that much, like, that many games And you can see how far in the battle pass we got. Like, I think I did this 4 weekends. So that's why when people ask me, like, you know, is the battle pass worth it? Like, well, if you're going to play fairly regularly, yeah, it's worth it because you're going to get to the end. It's like, if you just play sort of casually throughout the season, you'll get there. I don't know how many we played total, more than 20, I presume. But, yeah, I mean, we had to play more than 20 because we played like 4 hours, like 8 hours a weekend. But here we go. Our last 2, first place in a row. Nice. Yeah, that Defender Gadgettine is strangely strong. Okay, last game for now. Then we will take a break. I will try to figure out what is going to go on here because, like I say, I talk to the wife, so it's like she's cool with it. But there's somebody coming over between 5 and 6 o'clock to, like, do business stuff. And I now had to kind of shove that over on her. Hey, Vaja, how you doing? Welcome. Sorry it's not set 9. That will be later. They took the servers down. I'm hoping when they come back up, they come back with Hyper Roll. Only had normals earlier. But we just got into Hyper on this account. I'm also hoping next season I can get in much earlier and make it. This is... No, I take it back. I take back what I was about to say. Because I don't care about, like, my ranking. Nice. Brawler admin. Always fun. We were just talking about chasing the HP. But it's like, I like to get into Hyper just for the reward, because you get the emote and everything. This one I'm not taking to gold, because I'm just going to live with this tactician. But, which, by the way, it was so funny. On the Mort Dogs post today, he talked about this and he called it a little legend. So you get a bonus, you get emotes based on what rank you got the previous thing. You get an emote. So if you get to purple, you'll get like a purple thing. If you get to hyper, you get a hyper thing. I don't pay attention to emotes. There's so much. There's a whole side of this game that, look, I'm glad it's there for people who find it interesting, but it doesn't. It's not like I probably have the one from last season. Now. I have. Let's see. So how many accounts do I have? I have this one for streaming, and I just really made it recently. I have my main account, which is the one that I've had since 2013 and that I actually like really care about. Then I have my Smurf account, which is what I usually go to after I've gotten to hyper on my main account and gotten into gold and sort of done all the things I wanted to do. Then I go to that. Let's see if we can force a stacks on stacks build by grabbing Nasus to start. I have that. There's another 2 or 3 I have that I've used. Usually the reason I do it is because when I play with my kid, I don't like to play on an account that's up at 42 or higher because it drags him around unfairly. It also... It's really punishing to me to play because if I focus on his game, which I will sometimes do, I'm probably going to lose because I'm not watching what I'm doing. If I focus on my own game, then he has a lot of trouble because he's saying, like, hey, help me with itemization, help me with itemization. And I'm then having to go on to, you know, look at his board and go, okay, what have you got over there? Put that here, put that there, then try to get back to my board. Because if I lose when I'm playing with him, I get 8th, I'm losing hundreds of points. So I create accounts so that I can play with him and it not be really punishing to me, or, okay, we got a chance. We got a chance. We're looking for stacks on stacks. Or bigger, better buckler. Or divine ascension. I'll take that as well. We've got none of it so far. Come on. Last chance. Okay, we're going to try this. We're going to try this. We're going to try the grand challenge.
I'll take my time with them.
I've wanted to do this one also kind of forever. With supers.
I'll see this through.
You out of my life, you out of my life. You out of my life, you out of my life.
I'll take my time.
Now, my goal... So wait, I'm sorry, Obi-Wan, I want to see... How will portals... I don't know. I have no idea how they're going to work that. I really don't. That was something I was concerned about going into today, where I was thinking, like, I really want to find out how this is going to work, and I log in and there's no hyper roll. It's not a choice.
I will not die dishonored.
Can't give me another gangplank? Really? Couldn't even do that for me? That's rude. So what I want to do is, because of the way this, let's look at the augment. Every 4 attacks on the same unit, your strongest, she does 20% of maximum health. So I want to get a Warmox. And then heals for 9% of maximum health. So I want to get lots of Warmox. They have the exact same augment. But they didn't get the memo about it being really centered around health. But by the way, this is one of the reasons I was not a huge fan of augments, hero augments, because now we are on the same thing and we can't back off. Like, I can't go, oh, well, I guess I'm not going to do the build that I was going to do. So that's why I'm glad to see the back of hero augments. Because we're pigeonholed now into a Fiora-based build. Like it, lump it. That's just the way it is. Okay, thank you. I'm hoping to get the second item there. This is the other person running the exact same build. But they already, like, they kind of made a mistake in how they set up, so we'll see. Top 3 builds. So, Infinite Team Sure Shot, Super Hearts, and Animaniacs are the 3. I did, and also, I'm sorry, I'll add a 4th in there, Ox Slingers. Very, 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 very strong. Top 3, though, would be the Super Hearts and there's that, and the Infinite Team Sure Shots. The only problem is you're likely going to have some competition for them. That's the hardest thing you're going to face in that. Is both of those are contested builds. I don't see as many people playing the Ox Slingers. So glance into that one. And it's really just Ox Force and Spell Slingers. Yes, Ash is a 2. Well, is she? Wait, I thought she was a 4 cost. I don't know. Again, I didn't get enough time to actually see it in play. Let's see what Fiora can do. That's what Fiora can do. I can't say for sure. I, for some reason, thought she was a 4 cost, but again, I don't. I could look it up. I have a chart. Oh, to move her back? Do a rapid fire cannon? I'd like to get a bow because I'd like to create a Titan's Resolve on her.
Silver of the moon.
But they're not going to give me a bow, are they? Can I have a bow now? No. You're going to give me an augment. Can I have a really cool augment? How about a really cool Radiant Relic? Something that's... Well... You know what, though? I'm just gonna go for broke on this one. So, while this would be really fun, I'm going insane. Fiora, hold on. Don't die. Stay with us. Stay with us. Very good.
I will not bend.
I thought that would just be a little mean. I don't know why I picked up Kale. I'm not doing anything with Kale.
I will not die dishonored.
There he is. Okay. Like, can I have my... This is just wrong. I'm like, I should have taken the rapid fire, moved her back, and just given her speed. Or given her the Blessed Bloodthirster. But no.
The flames are calling.
I gotta just do something, like, fundamentally evil.
I'll see this through.
I bring swift death.
I'll see this through.
There you are, Twisted. I was debating with holding it to see if I could get a third Mormogs, but I'm like, you know what? That now you're getting just too greedy. Better to add a little debuff in. Although this is going to be enough to take her down. I need to switch in Twisted Fate. We need to get to 6. Once we get to 6. Oh, everyone has it up. They get it. They get it ahead of time. They hand that stuff out. Like, everyone had it up within an hour or so of the announcement. It was not this, like, giant mystery that got thrown in. I could throw a Dragon's Claw on her.
I will not die dishonored.
But I don't quite feel like doing that. It's people who... Well, first of all, keep in mind, yeah, it's the alpha people, but they're in the alpha group. if you're running a website that's getting thousands of views based on TFT, they will let you into the alpha on it. It's not that deep. But again, you know, I just can't open up like hyperroll.com and say, hey, look, I do a, you know, website. You're going to actually have traffic to show.
I never hold back.
Okay, let's get a really cool last augment here. Oh, they want me to pull someone off the bench for this. Let's see what my last augment is. Then we'll decide.
Beware.
There, now we gave you room off the bench. Okay. Kind of dumb, but it works. Now we gotta survive. That's what he gets for dancing. Kaisa's now a 4 cost. Belveth's now a 5 cost. Come on, Vayne. Yes. Good job. Thank you, Vayne.
I'll see this through.
Playing Teemo. 5 o'clock tonight. It was supposed to be earlier today. Then they got it. It crashed. And so it'll be back at 5 o'clock tonight. And this is my last game for now. Then I'm going to come back at 5 o'clock tonight. The other person running the duelist trait, they happen to get the 3-star. So they got very lucky. No account. Oh, see, they got golden ticket. That changes things. Oh, I know what I'm doing using Cho.
They wanted a villain. I gave them a villain.
Did I miss Nyla going by? I must have. That's what I get for not paying attention.
I got this. All or nothing.
I'm gonna have to go with Kale for now. I'd rather have Nyla. But no such luck. I'm like, our team is one that has to kill quickly or it goes down.
I never hold back.
Who are we fighting? Could be any one of those. If it's the Lux Chibi, we surrender out. I wanted a Nyla. Why didn't I pay attention? We are not sitting through a Lux ending. Yep. Ba-dap. And with that, I'll be back at 5, and we will do, we will try to get into the PBE. Have fun, everyone. And I'll see you soon. Later.